Okay, so we're starting out from the broken bridge. We've just listened to the waterfall over there. This was my tracks from the other day, I guess. And the deer tracks. And here we have beaver tracks. Crunching along. There is that grass hut I was showing you the other day. It is right behind there, I believe. Or is it? I think it is. It might be further down, but I don't think so. I think that's it. Right in that set of bushes there somewhere. Uh-oh. You hear that hollow sound, and you know that the water's not so solid. So, let's come over closer to the moat. I believe the moat is very frozen, very solid. So I'll walk on this middle part. Well, I guess I'll walk on here. Oh, it's not that solid here. That's the moat over there. But it slopes. I don't want to slide that way. See this stuff? This is where the branch has moved. And it opened a hole in the I don't think it was this full the other day. It's okay if this breaks through because it's only a few inches deep. Oh, that's really, oh, look at this. Thick but frozen solid. Look at the water over there. That's the original dam. All beside that tree and over there. So oh my, look, it's all flooded everywhere. Oh dear, I don't really want to go this way. But I don't want to go back. So we'll take the in-between place. We could probably just walk right on the moat. That's probably so solid. But I'll stay over here on the edge. Just to be careful. Like when I walk, look at that. Comes dumping away. Whoa. Well, there was my former pathway. Never to be walked on again this season. I don't really want to go in there and get wet. Even though I have my boots. Look at all this. Wow, the whole thing is flooded. Look at this. It was just a channel the other day. Over there, way over there is the proper stream. Or the stream proper, I guess you'd say. And here is where it's overflowing. Look, there's my teepee. My new one back there. Nice, but this is why it's called Horseshoe Island, because it's an island when everything floods. This is moving water. Uh-oh. Oops. I like the sound of cracking ice. Could probably just go right across there and up. That would be much smarter. Isn't this interesting, eh? I don't think I can even get into Grandma's cottage anymore. The gypsy wagon, I used to call it. There's my new teepee. Ha, I love it. It's an old teepee. It's been there for many years. I put it in the playlist with Horseshoe Island teepee videos. Oh. Hey, maybe I can go in Grandma's teepee after all. It's probably best if I go on this side. All my beautiful grass bent over. Let's go up here and check out the pond first. Huh. Had some oh, my hat. Show some of these branches as I grab your hat, and you are out of luck. Okay. Hey, I can go to my teepee from here. I could sit on this for a moment, though. First, I have to pick up my hat again anyway. This is nice. Hello, hello. Well, here I am. Time to put on my hat. I should have brought mittens. Sometimes I don't do the things I know I should do. And I was prompted to. I should have done it. Alright, let's check this out. So out there, between here and that other swing, the other swing is on the other side of the stream. And this is Serenity Dippity Pond. And there's my teepee. Let's go in there. Maybe it's be warmer in there, shall we? It probably won't be warmer in there. It'll be warmer in Grandma's cottage. Okay, let's get ourselves up. Oh, this is flooded here. I don't want to slide down into the frozen pond. This is Horseshoe Island, between all of the water. Yay, there it is, and she comes into view. Isn't that wonderful? The other day when I was out here, I showed you there was a little stream connecting this major stream, which is now a flood, to the moat. Let's get in out of the wind. Yes, it's 10 degrees warmer in here. Oh, but not right in front of the door. I'll have to move to this side. But I think that this is a little too far tucked under. You can watch the flowage. Okay, it is too cramped in that corner. So, how am I going to do this? I'll just have to turn away from the doorway. There we go. Isn't it nice here? I love that I did it. I just love that I did it. It was really hard. Very, very hard, and I wouldn't stop. I just kept going and pushing myself until I did it. And then I went back to the house and recuperated. Recovering isn't so bad. I have a nice chair to sit in. A nice television with all kinds of things, or Minecraft. Now I'm going to be editing videos, so I can't really watch things because I have to watch mine, and I could follow the transcript mostly, and it's interesting to follow the transcript and see. I change the subject every, so many seconds. But dividing it up, especially these 3-hour-long videos, that'll be interesting. I think I could divide up a 3-hour video in a lot less time. I wouldn't have to watch the whole thing. I'd just watch the transcript, and I could pull the slider across and see when things change, which is what other people can do. I think it's going to be a good idea. I think it's going to work out well. Look at this lovely spot. Don't you wish you had one of these? You can build it. Yep, that's willow. It's just growing wild. This is grass, which also grows wild. Of course, I have got the very best property I've ever seen. Well, I suppose there are other properties that are better, but this is the one that I got. And so it's in my best interest to love it the most, and never to be persuaded that something else is better, because then I'd have to sell it and move. But you never know. One of my kids is abroad, another one is talking about moving far away, another one is talking about moving far away. Maybe the day will come that we will sell it and move far away to be with some of the grandchildren. It would be nice if they all moved to the same place, wouldn't it? But we had one that was far away who has now moved closer, which is really nice. I hope I don't have to move. I hope I don't have to say goodbye to parts of my family. Oh well. It is nice not to have this part done because I can see out, have a window. But you know what I could do? I could just do part of it. Like I never did the willow down at the bottom through here, right? So I couldn't put any grass on it because this doesn't have willow on it. On the inside, those posts are in place to keep this tarp vertical, which is a great thing. How far I could pull that chair out without it getting... I could put it right there, if I put it right there, that wouldn't be too steep above it, would it? Might be room for my head. It'd be best to have a cattail mattress in here and I could just lie in it. This isn't going to be getting wet. This is on the island. This is high up. This teepee was born years and years ago. The beavers took all of the alders off of the island when they were making the other dam. And there was no shade here at all. It was very, very sunny and hot. We camped here once. Scarlett brought her chicken along. Or the chicken followed her, I think. I think I always thought she brought the chicken, but I think she corrected me that it had followed her. Of course, you know, she probably had food in her hand. I don't know. Maybe not. I think she's just an animal whisperer. It really makes me feel good to be in here. There's something so renewing about it. There's something so personal. Nobody manufactured any of it. I didn't have to buy any of it. And none of it has been handled by other people. Or, you know, like if it were 2x4s, it would have been all done to code and made smaller to make more money off it. And, you know, there's just all this stuff that goes into things people make. The whole commercialism of the world. But this is like otherworldly. This is nature. You could build this anywhere in the whole world. As long as there's grass growing and saplings, you know, you could do this anywhere. Willow is the best. Not all places have willow. Not all places have long grass. And if you just have a little property or a forest in Georgia, you're not going to get grass like this. This is the grass they use to make hay with. But there are hay fields. You could go and cut it before the farmer hays it. You probably have to pay him for, you know, but one bale, like they have, their machine folds it, but I think it also cuts it. And so you don't have pieces that are 10 feet long. This is a really nice place. I should build a door. Next summer I'll build a door and I'll be able to take it and lift it off and put it back on. I'd like to have a campfire in here. I think having a campfire in here is nice. Especially if the grass is far enough away from the... And you can't use anything with bark on it. You can't use anything that is a softwood. Softwood, it leaves no coals and it creates ashes. Like you can't use cedar for a fire because it would send sparks up, which would get your. But you could use maple. I'm not sure about alder sticks if they send up sparks or not. Bark is usually the one that sends up sticks, sends up things. You know the best part of having this is that out here right now, I'm just on a walk. This is my daily walk to the dam and across to the A-frame. But of course I can't do it when it's flooded. So unless it freezes solid, I might not be able to do it for quite a while. But, because the dam is staying, I imagine. But I can get warm. I mean, I'm warming up. My hand in my pocket is getting warm. If you've got a shelter like this that will break the wind, you know, you can have a view and you can relax. And there's nothing you have to do when you're there. It takes away a lot of the distractions. I usually bring my journal and journal all these things. I'm not journaling it, which means it's not going to be recorded. I might record later that I was out here, but if I'm in here journaling, if I'm sitting here journaling, I'm going to talk about the willow and about the grass and about, you know, it's kind of chaotic. It's not all going in exactly the same direction, you know? This is not a very beautiful thing, this piece of tarp. But it does the job, right? And it's important that this is not in the landfill, because if I didn't have it, that's exactly where it would go. It would be in the landfill, taking up landfill space or other things that would happen to it, and eventually breaking down and making millions of microplastics. But it takes forever to break down, you know? All these hammocks I got, they are at ripping stage now because they're 20 years old. I probably should look that up. I think I made hammocks while I was making these videos. I have to look up the playlist on hammocks and see what's there. There's probably a lot of hammock making videos. And lying in hammocks. I used to lie in hammocks and journal. I guess I'm accepting that I'm slowing down. I know my limits better than I knew them before. You have to, you know, you go flat out, and then at some point you find out that flat out hurts, or that flat out you don't recover from it right away. And so then you do less. And I think that's how you learn that you have aged. You begin to see your limits. But I've always had a bad back, so I've always had certain limits. And then I would take medication, take away my pain, and I would go flat out anyway, and then afterwards I really hurt. You know, they talk about how awesome the coral is in Maui. All the coral I saw was dead. All of it. I don't think people, this generation, I don't think they really know what coral looks like when it's alive. All the vibrant colors, pinks and reds and greens and blues and purples, and the whole rock is covered with color. It's like a rainbow of colors. Just amazing. But none of the coral I ever see. Do you ever see coral that is like that? Do you ever see coral that is beautiful and colorful? It was in Aqaba, but I don't remember where else. I think it was pretty nice in the Isla de las Mujeres in Mexico. But I think it was dying there. And, you know, everybody, all the tourism has people with their sunscreen on. Now they know it hurts the coral. But not everybody has the right sunscreen, but they don't stop anyway. They think, oh, it won't hurt. The way I felt like touching it, I thought, wow, this is cool. And I touched it to see what would happen if it would move. And it did. It closed up and opened up. And I wouldn't have done that had I known that the oil on my skin would cause it to die. I haven't been back. Maybe I caused it to die. Probably did. I really need to get another car, but I really don't want to get a car that's gas car because I guess I'm gonna, I don't want I have a very economic or, you know, electrical friendly family member, and I don't want to get in to be put down or disapproved of because I bought another gas car. But these gas cars exist already. I'm buying used gas cars. I'm not buying new cars. So they don't have to manufacture a car for me. But, you know, my cars still work. It's just that they don't smell good, which means they're polluting the environment as well as polluting us. I don't want to take any children in my cars when it's polluting. So I think I'm going to just have to do that. I'm just going to have to go to town and get another car. And just let the chips fall where they may. If I receive disapproval, you know, I can't afford a Tesla. You know, I can't afford it. And if I could afford it, I wouldn't. Nothing lasts for very long in the car industry. Cars last 5 or 10 years. These cars that we've got now are 2007s. So they've gone a long way. 2007, 2017, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So they're 16 years old, is that right? 7 and 16 is 23. 6 and 7 is 13, yes. So they're 17, no, they're 16 years old. Maybe the mufflers just have to be fixed, but one of these cars has big holes in the sides. I filled them with foam insulation, but I don't think that's very good. have to think about this some more. Boy, I've been chatting a long time. Isn't it relaxing in here? Don't you find that it's quite relaxing in here? A little bit of breeze coming in through the grasses. But not all the grasses, just these right in the doorway. The rest of the grasses are not being affected by the breeze at all. I think down there would be a nice spot to sit, but I couldn't get there and get up again. Well, I could, but it wouldn't be comfortable when I'm down there because I can't cross my legs anymore. All right, let's stand up. Let's have a look out here. Oh my, I put that chair out there the other day when I was building this. I thought, well, I need a chair out there. I'll just go be able to sit on it later. The stream never freezes. It's spring-fed. The trout will be loving this weather. You can hear this, the waterfall, right? That's the beaver dam. I'd love to go sit beside it. I wonder if you can cross it now. If you come up from the bottom, from below the dam, you could come to it. But you'd have to get there from here. We used to have a bridge right here. It was called Horseshoe Island Bridge. Do you remember that? There's one up there now, somewhere, and there's one down there, which is actually on this side. That probably is it right there where the snow is going across the stream. That's probably the bridge. But it's underwater. All right, shall we leave our lovely domain? Look at this spot. Isn't that beautiful? All right, well, I'll let you stay on a little longer. I'm gonna go back out there and we'll do this thing. We'll do our little walkabout. I just love it. Now that is too heavy. I think I'll put pallets under that teepee before I grass hut it. Before I grass it. Okay, let's see what the best way is to get through here. Maybe my hat on those sticks. These sticks grab my hat. Well, I could go that way back to the thing. I guess that's probably the best. And it's all wet that way. I built this chair many years ago. I probably did a video about it too. Adirondack chairs. There's probably a playlist of Adirondack chairs. Oh, look at this little break. And the view looks better in the summer. But it is what it is. That's what happens in this part of the world. In Canada. Look at all that beautiful grass hidden, locked away because I didn't have the energy. Okay, so we'll stop this video and make a new one here.